Hey whimsical musical teachers! If you're looking for some fun and exciting activities to use with your music students for Valentine's Day, then keep watching this video. If you're new around here, the name's Rainy Barton, and it has been a hot minute since I've released a video. I'm sorry, life happened, a baby happened, I have a 9-month-old now, things have happened. But we're back in business, we're getting back to the grinding stone, and we're gonna start having our videos, but instead of having them on Mondays, I'm gonna be uploading them on Sundays because I've learned that Mondays just does not work for me as a teacher, but Sundays does. And so that is when you're going to be seeing my face from here on out. So hope that works for you. But like I said, I'm Rainy Barton. I've been teaching music for 9 years now. I teach at a private Christian school in the middle of Florida, and I live my best life there, honestly. I'm having a great time, and I made this channel to help with teacher tricks and lesson ideas and curriculum and just all different types of activities to help you be the best teacher that you can be. Because I also want to be the best music teacher that I can be. And so by making these videos, I'm learning new things and I'm also helping others in the process. So that is what we are here to do on this channel. So if you're interested in that, please like and subscribe down below. Follow me on all social media channels, The Whimsically Musical Teacher, and we're just going to have a great time rocking and rolling. With that being said, I do have 5 Valentine's Day activities to share with you today because Valentine's Day is around the corner. I like using these. I'll use them throughout all of February or the first 2 weeks of February, but like since it's February 4th when you're seeing this, I wanted to get this out as soon as possible so that you can start utilizing some of these things as soon as tomorrow. If they require any setup or like I got them from someone, then I will tag and report everything underneath this YouTube video so that you can see that because I want to make sure that it's easily accessible to you. Let's talk about the 5 different activities that I have. Okay, so the first activity that I have for you, I already have a video entirely dedicated to this one, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. If you want to know like a lot more in depth how this lesson goes, then I will link to the video underneath here so that you can see it. But it is a book lesson activity to The Day It Rained Hearts, and it also includes the folk dance Heel Toe on the Line. But basically, the book The Day It Rained Hearts is about a little girl that wants to make Valentines for all of her friends, and it starts raining hearts, and she makes Valentines for like all of her friends using the hearts in the sky. And so that's what she ends up doing. And so I took the song Heel Toe on the Line, which goes, heel toe on the line, will you be my Valentine? Heel toe on the line, maybe yes or maybe 9. And I took that and we basically do a folk dance with this, which is basically like the bow wow wow song folk dance, if you know, where you're in a circle and they basically turn around, they switch places with their partner, they jump and turn, and they have a new partner. Like I said, go watch the video and it'll explain it all in more greater detail. But I take the book, I read it to them, we sing the song, interweaving it throughout every couple of pages, and then I end up teaching the song more fully. It's for quarter and eighth note, so I have rhythm slides to review that as well, and then we do the folk dance and tie it all together, and my kids always have a great blast with this. I use this with grades 1 and 2 typically, and it's super duper fun, and I just like this one a lot. And I love incorporating children's books into music, which if you're interested in that, stay tuned till the very end because I have a special freebie for you. But yeah, that's just a fun, simple one that is great for Valentine's Day time. And I do have a product for this, and I will link for the product underneath here in case you want the rhythm slides and you want all this explained to you in a cute, fun way, and you want the fun little Day It Rained Hearts slides because I have the clip art for it and everything. So I will link that underneath here as well. The next one we have, I really love doing with my students, and it is Ida Red, Ida Blue, and I actually need to create a product for this at some point because I always just have to make it as I go, and it's just such a fun one. This one I would use for the older kids because it has T, Tika, and Tickety, so I use this in 4th and 5th grade. And basically, the song goes, down the road and across the street, can't get a letter but once a week. Ida red, Ida blue, I got stuck on Ida too. And how this one goes is you can use it for either T-Tika or Tickety because it has both. And so like you can watch, pick whichever one you're going to practice the rhythms for. But how the game goes is you have everyone in a circle and you have one person that's the mailman, and they have a red envelope and a blue envelope, and they walk around the song, and on I got stuck on Ida too, they stop on the outside of the circle, and whichever 2 students they're in the middle of, they will give one person the red envelope, one person the blue envelope. They will open it up, and it gives them a type of way that they have to move around the circle, like skipping, hopping, crawling, leaping, jumping, all different types of things, right? And so sometimes it's poorly matched where someone has to crawl while someone gets to hop, or like it's sometimes evenly matched, but they have to go around the circle using the movement that they were given, pass each other, go back to the mailman and high five them, and whoever high fives them first wins and is the next mailman. And if you wanted to add this more, you could also have that whoever ends up winning has to go to a pile of rhythms on the side, and there's a bunch of Tisket and Tisket A rhythms, have them read one to the class, and then the class reads it back, and so they're able to, like, you can see if they actually know how to read these rhythms. I always like adding in the rhythm element as well, outside of the rhythm slides. But this one is super fun. My students ask for this one a lot. You can use this outside of Valentine's Day, but just because it has the letter, like, it works perfect for Valentine's Day time. But I always think this is a super fun one, and the students, I always let them help me choose what movements we're going to put in the envelopes. So that's an easy way to get engagement from your older kids for sure. The next one we have is one that I've talked about a lot. I do have a specific video for this as well for my Halloween themed one, but they're literally all the same. So I will link to that video under here. But that is Write the Room, which is a rhythm game, a rhythm review game. Basically, you take 10 rhythms and you hide them all over your room. You can hide them easy, you can hide them hard, it's up to you. And then you give your students a piece of paper with the 10 pictures, because each rhythm will have a picture, like a character or something on it as well. You give your students the list of the 10 characters, and then they have to go around and find the rhythms and match them to like where the character is. So if there's a character that's like, if you have a dog on one line, a cat on the other, they go and find the dog rhythm and they write the rhythm that the dog has on the dog line. And it's allowing them to notate their rhythms and make sure that they know how to write rhythms correctly, because I've learned a lot of my students will not circle in quarter and eighth notes if I don't have them practice this way. They make everything look like a half note. And I have to explain how that's not right. And so this is just a fun way for them to be exploring and writing rhythms while also doing a scavenger hunt, which they love, which brings in that competitive element, which my students love. You can use this with any grade level, K and up. I would only use it in K once they actually know how to write rhythms, because we typically start with like long and short and all of that. So this one is super fun. I always bring this in whenever I introduce a new rhythm, because it's just great for rhythm review. I just used it for 16th notes in my 2nd and 3rd grade classes. And so this one's just super easy to do. I do have a product for this. If you want Valentine's Day themed already, I'll link it underneath here for all the different rhythm sets in case you're starting with like simple to complex. But this one is quick, easy, print it out, put it on the walls, and let it go. Then we have Love Somebody, which is a fun folk song for 16th notes. And that one goes, love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, but I can't tell who. Or it might have said, love somebody, but don't know who. I don't remember the exact lines, but it's a fun one, okay? And I bought this off TPT. If I can find the exact one that I bought off the person from, I will make sure to tag them underneath here. But this one is perfect for 16th notes, obviously, because the love somebody, but I don't know who. And so, or can't tell who. Oh my gosh, I'll get the lyrics right one day. But basically, okay, so there's a couple different variations for this, but the one that I use, I don't know who taught it. I know that Becca from Becca's Music Room uses this one. But basically, you have one student go to the front of the room and they close their eyes while you use like, I don't know, a heart or whatever you have. I typically will use like a little eraser or things. And you give it to one student and they pass it around the circle on love somebody until they get to love somebody and I won't tell who. And then all the students close their hands like this, even the one that has the eraser. And the kid at the front comes back to the circle and they get 3 chances to guess who has it. And of course, kids are going to laugh. Kids are going to be suspicious, but if they get it right, great. If they don't, it doesn't matter. Whoever it was will then give the eraser back to me and they will go be the student that goes to close their eyes. And so this one is always just a fun one. I do use this one with my older kids as well, because Tisket I teach in about 2nd grade, so I would use this song between 2nd to 5th grade, but it works really well across all grade levels. And I will link underneath here to the product that I use for this, because I don't have one for this. But this is a super fun one if you're needing one for 16th notes. And then last but not least, we have A Tisket A Tasket, which is another song that just has like a letter in it, so that's why I use this one. It's not necessarily Valentine's Day themed, but you know, it's good enough. So this one goes, a tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket. I brought a letter to my friend and on the way I dropped it. And then I think it's more like, I dropped it, I dropped it. There's more to the song. But this one was actually made famous by Ella Fitzgerald, which is how I incorporate it, not only for Valentine's Day, but for Black History Month, because it is Black History Month. And so I use my Ella Fitzgerald virtual music field trip, where we talk all about Ella Fitzgerald, and we talk all about her life, and then at the end we get to A Tisket A Tasket, and we actually compare it to Kitty Kitty Casket, because they are the same song, slightly changed, but we use A Tisket A Tasket for this one, so that's what we use it for. But the game itself, what you actually do, so in the game what you do is the students start standing in a circle, and they sing the song while one student walks around the outside. They all sing while one child walks around with a scarf in their hand on the outside. And then the student that's walking around the outside will drop the scarf on a student's head on the word pocket, which is the last word. The student with the scarf on their head chases the other child all the way around the circle, trying to tag them. If the first child makes it back to their spot, they're safe, and the other child becomes the next walker. Otherwise, the first student just goes back into the basket and sits in the center of the circle, so it is kind of like Duck, Duck, Goose style, like that. I do use the game for my younger students. I teach a Tisket A Tasket with my younger students, typically like K through 2, even though it has some older kid rhythms because it has a pickup, but the rest of them are just quarter and eighth notes. So you can use this easily for your younger kids. But this one is fun. This one, you know, it has a letter in it, so you could use a letter instead and just have them hand a kid a letter, and then the kid that gets the letter has to get up and go with it. But this is a fun one to do, and it's also great to incorporate Black History Month, and you can talk about Ella Fitzgerald because she made that song popular, and it's a great cross-culture connection. And so those are the 5 Valentine's Day lesson activities that I have for you. If you're interested in any of them that I talked about, I will have links to everything down below, including ones that I already have pre-packaged stuff for you, including like the Ella Fitzgerald Music Virtual Field Trip and all of those sorts of things. But I hope that you found some new lessons that you were super interested in getting. And then when I said earlier to come back to the music book for children thing, if you like using children's books in your music classroom, then I have a brand new freebie for you. It is called Making Music Using Children's Lit, and it has 12 free lesson plan ideas for how to use 12 different books in your music classroom for all grades from K through 5. These are tried and true lessons. I make tons of music teacher lessons using children's books because that is a passion project of mine. And so I'm sharing 12 of them with you for free. All you have to do is click on the link underneath my video, and it will take you to my email list where you will get a weekly email from me updating you about things going on in content and just things going on like new products and things like that. Like, you can't go wrong with that, but you get this freebie at the start of it. So go link underneath here, go join me. We have a really great time in this guide and in the email community. And with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. If you got to the end of this, put a little heart for Valentine's Day and let me know if there's any of these activities that you've used before, or one that you're looking excited to try, or if you have a new one. And with that, I'll see you guys in a video very soon.